Hey guys, it's Fatalis, and I'm just making this video because I've noticed that a lot of people really don't know the difference between renowned hearts and dynamic events, and I've even seen the press get it wrong many times. So, without further ado, let's continue. Alright, first of all, I'm going to outline the difference between hearts and events, because they are two different things, even though they do work in conjunction with each other. First of all, hearts and events have different rewards, but I'll touch on that a little later. Second, hearts are personal/group, while dynamic events are public. This means in order to fill a heart, either you yourself or someone in your party needs to work towards a heart. However, when doing dynamic events, anyone can contribute to the dynamic event. Third, typically dynamic events have a single objective, while hearts have multiple objectives. That's one of the easier ways you can differentiate them. Next off, events chain while hearts don't. This is a big one, as a lot of people I've seen often claim that, oh, events don't chain, but that's completely wrong because they're doing hearts, and that's a huge thing. So just remember this, events will chain into other events, but hearts are always going to stay the same. And finally, hearts are used as a measure of how complete you are with an area. Once you've completed a heart, it stays completed. However, events are repeatable, so even if you complete an event chain, it's very possible that the event is going to happen once more sometime in the future. Alright, so now let's try and figure out how to identify a heart from an event. Alright, all the things you see here are dynamic events. How can you tell? Well, it's pretty easy. First of all, the text is orange. Second, they have one specific objective. And third, the icons next to the events are not hearts. It's so easy. These things here, these are renowned hearts. As you can see, the text is yellow. There's a ton of objectives you can do to fill the heart, and the icon next to it is a heart. Alright, so now if you saw this in a game, can you tell which is a heart and which is an event? You should be able to by now. So going from the top, the Help the People of Shaymore is your part of your personal story. Next, down below that is the heart for this area, and then below that is a dynamic event. Alright, now let's talk about the different kinds of rewards you can get from doing renowned hearts and dynamic events. Alright, the rewards you get from dynamic events are gold, karma, and experience. Every single time, no matter what. And notice that in all of these events, you got the exact same gold, karma, and experience because they're from the same level of event. So that means you can do whatever events that you want to do and you'll always be appropriately rewarded. However, for renowned hearts, it's a little bit different. When you complete a heart, at first you only get experience. However, there are more rewards to renowned hearts. You also get a reward in the form of a letter from the renowned heart NPC thanking you for your work. With it is always a small sum of money which you can take. So far you get experience and gold from these renowned hearts. However, there's still more. Every time you complete a heart, there is always an associated renowned heart NPC that will turn into a karma vendor when you complete the heart. From the karma vendor, you can get a bunch of different things. These things include recipes, weapons, transmutation stones, etc. You can get a whole bunch of different things from these karma vendors. And the other thing that you should also note is that these karma vendors also function as places in which you can sell your stuff. So there's always tons of places you can sell your stuff around in the world. Alright, now you should be able to differentiate a heart from an event. If you've got any other questions, just PM me and I'll answer them as best as I can. But until then, I'll see you guys later.